Match day 25 gave us all the drama, everything we needed to see in the Premier League, and it was pretty much action-packed. And starting with the most chaotic game of the round, Victor, chaos, drama, consequences, name it. We saw all of that in Liverpool's 2-1 defeat to Manchester City at Anfield. But the question here is, what does that result mean for both City and Liverpool in their respective ambitions?
Yeah, it's obviously huge because City stays somewhat within reach of Arsenal, still 6 points, just like before the match day, whereas Liverpool are in a spot of bother, 5 points away from fourth place, a trip to Sunderland next. Liverpool might need to win the Champions League in order to qualify for it. Naturally, as a Liverpool fan, I hate that they lost this game, but at the same time, it's still nice to have a hint of a title race. I'm not rooting against Arsenal or anything like that, but I'm just hoping for a good spectacle.
Interesting. Over to you, Max. After what has been like an eternity, Crystal Palace finally returned to winning ways after a 1-0 win over Brighton. How big of a win is that for the rest of their domestic campaign?
I mean, if they lost, they would be like in 14th place. Now they're in 13th. Does it really make any difference? I'd say no, because they kept until even 6th place is 7 points at the moment. And with the way they were playing before that game, it felt like there's pretty much no hope for them. And still, even with this win, it feels like Mateta is not willing to play. Glasner is just taking his time left at the club. So I'd say it's just a good boost for the players and fans' morale, but overall it makes nothing for the team in this season.
Fair point. And back to you, Victor. Brentford have produced consecutive big results after beating Aston Villa and now Newcastle away from home. Do you think they can maybe put up a challenge for European spots?
Yes, it's looking like it. I love that they're making me look foolish since I tipped them for a relegation battle this season. But again, I know I'm not the only one, right? They are 7th now, level on points with Liverpool in 6th, and they have a decent schedule. Okay, they take Arsenal on in midweek, but after that, they have a relatively easy schedule. They've got Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, and Leeds. The next 5 opponents after Arsenal. If they can get 10 or 11 points from that run, they will be in a great position for Conference League or even Europa.
Fair point. And back to you again, Max. From being in the title discussions, Aston Villa have somehow dragged themselves into a top 4 chase after only 1 win in 5 games. Are they at risk of even missing out on the top 4?
Yeah, actually, speaking about this game specifically, they're even happy to be in a draw position, because if you look at the stats, they've been just destroyed and demolished. So they have to be happy with 1 point here. But for the top 4 chase, it just feels like all 5 spots are going to UCL again from Premier League, and the gap between Aston Villa and Liverpool at the moment is 8 points. So I feel like even they drop in the quality a bit, they still might finish in top 5. But yeah, with the recent results, it's quite scary to watch, especially because they have Europa League games coming up, and probably at some points of the season they would prioritize Europa League rather than Prem. So it might get scary.
Fair enough. And on the final note for this video, Victor, after beating fellow relegation candidate Burnley, West Ham have actually won 3 out of their last 5 games. Do you think they will fancy their chances of escaping the drop at this point?
No, I still don't think they can stay up. There's not enough consistency in their play, and that midfield is 1 or 2 injuries away from a collapse. It's still early enough, and with them being only 3 points behind Forest, anything's possible, yes. Especially because Forest still have the Europa League to contend with, although probably not too much longer. I don't think they'll get past Fener. But West Ham need to be prepared for life in the Championship, I think. Overall, they just don't look good enough to stay up.
Ouch. West Ham fans do not like that one. But yeah, such is the reality of the Premier League at the moment. Anyways, we've still got some more talking points to discuss from round 25, and we'll be doing all of that in another video. So stay tuned.